I got 2 new cameras this week, and in setting them up, I realized that I have a new camera ritual. Immediately out of the box, I set them to 24 frames per second, progressive. They used to call it 24p. I don't know if they still call it that. Another part of my ritual is I put a lanyard on the camera if it has a spot, if it has a little hole for the lanyard. This is the new GoPro 11. Thank you, Casey Neistat. Thank you, GoPro. This is my 4th GoPro, and I name them after film cameras I wish I was using. My GoPro 8 is my Auraflex. GoPro 10 is my Panavision. And the new one, the GoPro 11, is my Bolex. I also have an old Olympus that I made into a Leica. Leica they call them. The 4th part of my ritual is I put some kind of a foot on my cameras so that they can stand up on their own. I made one for my iPhone. The first one I ever made was for the Canon TX1, which is the most beautiful pocket camera. The foot I made for my Fujiroid has a 1/4-inch T-nut implanted into it so that I can mount the Fujiroid on a tripod. And the foot is mounted to the camera itself with VHB adhesive tape, and 3M VHB stands for Very High Bond. This foot I originally made for my Canon T2i, which I call Baby Jesus. But now I use it for my GoPros. I love GoPro mounts. I think they're ingenious. I find tripods annoying, especially the little ones. And the GoPro mounts allow me to tilt the camera on the little base. This is the 2nd camera I got this week, Sony ZV-1. My brother Casey suggested it to me, and it's the 1st camera I've bought for myself since I think 2009. 4K, big sensor, good lens. I made a little foot for it so that it doesn't tip over when the lens is fully extended. But the foot I made doesn't tilt. So I cannibalized the GoPro mount off of a spare GoPro 8 and mounted it to the little foot I made, and now I can use the Sony ZV-1 with my GoPro foot and my other GoPro mounts. But I love shooting these little monologues in the car while I'm driving, and the system is too top heavy for the car. It knocks over when I accelerate or go around corners. So I needed a new system with a heavy base, a low center of gravity, so that when I take corners and accelerate, the camera doesn't fall over, and it needs to tilt, and the camera needs to tilt. So I made this thing. My buddy Alan at Revival Cycles gave me this little crucible. I used it to smelt fishing weights, then poured the molten lead into a mold I made out of an old aluminum heat shield that came with my camp stove. Lead kind of freaks me out, so I epoxied it into the base so that the lead won't ever touch my skin. Lead is poison and makes us even dumber. Heavy. Heavy is good. Heavy is reliable. If it doesn't work, you can always hit him over the head with it. My newest gadgets, born of ritual. This week on the Patreon, archival videos with director's commentary on my Patreon right there. The link is right there.